Okay, everyone is invited to return. The SEC to super PACs are obligated to pay for issuing finance if you utilize finance's stable currency. The cesium element may soon be removed from USD currency. This morning, Finance released a statement on the subject. Before doing this, let's simply make sure everyone knows where we stand. According to a recent Wall Street Journal story, the USD owes the persons behind a letter that the SEC issued to PACs. The regulator informed PACs of a potential enforcement action in the letter. So what may be the subject of a potential legal action? What did financial stablecoin do wrong? BUSD is allegedly an unregistered security, according to the SEC. The regulator is therefore suing the company for breaking investor protection laws. As a stable currency, there should be no expectation of profit. Thus, how it can be an unregistered security is beyond me. But I believe they're arguing that PACs not only listed the stablecoin, but also jointly launched it with financing back in 2019. BN currently just licenses the brand. Nevertheless, PAC-SOS, a New York-based American firm, is the one who issues and owns the BUSD. Finance claims to be keeping an eye on the situation, but it is unclear exactly what the SEC will be suing the company for, whether it will sue for issuing the stable currency in the first place, or just listing it. In the latter case, list it. As long as they keep listing the dollar, a ton of cryptocurrency exchanges could run into difficulty. The most ridiculous thing to me right now is that I can easily envision an argument that there is an expectation of profit from other people's labor if the SEC declares all coins with value fluctuations to be unregistered securities. However, any stable currency is preferable until it has been developed and regulated in the US, whether it be the USD or the PACs. For every B in US dollars, there should be $1 in the bank as backing for this. In light of this, I fail to see how they could pursue them for an unregistered security. If they intend to sue the company just for producing the stable currency, perhaps the United States is paving the road for the issuance of its own national digital dollar CBDC, and they don't want those additional ones to be scattered everywhere and cause confusion. They advocate for a single digital dollar to be returned nationally. They most likely just use USDC in this instance. My guess is that since we only recently reported on it, members to this channel will remember that they likely just bought it from Circle. The New York Financial Services Department. It should be mentioned that NYDFS started an inquiry against Packers. The specifics of that probe, however, as to what they were receiving in tax payments for, were unclear. So, this is a trust corporation that the NYDFS has authorized. They always tried to act now, immediately following this breaking news, and I assume they are based in New York, which is the most regulated state in the United States. Paxos has stopped minting any fresh BUSD. They are also breaking off their link with finance, so unless we learn more, it doesn't appear like the stablecoin will disappear very soon. But this is not a sentence to death. However, this merely indicates that if they stop minting, other organizations or businesses will be forced to use alternative stablecoins, and BUSD will sort of vanish into obscurity. Of course, if PAX receives only a fine warning and resumes minting, you will be unaffected by this news. The community molls over freezing finance, stablecoin amid SEC pressure being one of the biggest DeFi protocols in the world. As the supply of BUSD in circulation tends towards zero, this is how they think. If it never reopens, the absence of growth could harm asset peg, which means that AVA is defying centralized lending and borrowing and peg arbitrage potential. Users could earn yield on any stable coin by depositing it and then lending it out in a decentralized manner. The protocol is now being thought about being removed from the site. Of course, a decentralized vote would be required for this. The decision would be up to the community. CISA has subsequently released a statement, and by the way, be sure to click subscribe if you value these daily updates. Who tweeted this? CISA? Boosta Thread summary states that BUSD is issued and redeemed by PAC-SOS, and that the money is safe since it is Sifu, which is an inside joke. The New York Department of Financial Services has directed PAX-DOS to mint new BUSD, according to information provided to us by PAX-DOS. NYDFS PAC-SOS is overseen by the New York DFS board, and USD is a stable coin that Paxos controls entirely. The gist of what C's is saying is that this is Paxos's problem there because it is a US company. Just now, we licensed this. However, if they aren't producing any new stablecoins, what does this mean? Consequently, the US dollar market cap will continue to decline over time. Obviously, for any present USD users, there is no need to panic. According to CC, Paxos has also told us that monies are secure and completely protected by reserves in their bank, with their reserves having been audited numerous times by different audit companies. Paxos will continue to oversee redemption packets and service the product. Already. My two opinions on this would be combined into one. Therefore, this business is totally regulated in the US. Therefore, I have a tendency to think that money is likely to be secure. Of course, you decide for yourself. But why is BUSD even being targeted? According to the regulator NYFFS, packets did not dispense BUSD in a secure manner. What does that mean then? It concludes by stating that this is on the alleged SEC versus Paxton's complaint. What didn't Paxos do that wasn't safe and sound in the regulator's view? Other than what is in the public news publications, I know nothing about it. The US SEC and PAC are the parties to the complaint. So it has been. The organization isn't being sued. CC adds that although I'm not an expert on the US, I personally concur with Miles's reasoning. And Miles was effectively arguing that the SEC branded the USD an unregistered securities and assumed the issuer. But how in the world is a steady coin a security? However, it could not be good if a stable currency is classified as an unregistered security. The crypto sector will either develop or not in the places where BUSD is seen to be a security, depending on the court's decision. And as you may recall, approximately 5 months ago, Binance completely stopped supporting the USD and switched their major trading pair on the busiest exchange. Therefore, they automatically transformed all of their customers' holdings of the two rival stable coinage, True USD and USDC Pax Dollar, into BUSD. Is this how the United States destroys foreign policy via punitive measures? Naturally, this won't kill them. This is merely a major inconvenience, and it is obvious that it will continue to support the BUSD for some time to come. Users may switch to other stablecoins as we anticipate. We will gradually implement the necessary product changes, e.g. stop utilizing USD as their primary trading pair. Therefore, for BUSD, it is a dark day. This is a continuous story. Please click the subscribe button. You do not want to miss it. Full interview with Raul Paul in the daily video with Dai.